प्रश्नकाल सुरू करूया. श्री प्रताप सिंग राणे.
Speaker sir, question number.
As per cyclostyle.
May I know from the minister what is the amount spent so far on the Charaune Dam? Okay, it doesn't pertain
because
to you.
the amount expenditure is being done by irrigation department.
No, I
member
understand.
want to have the data.
No, you need not reply. I don't understand. I am asking another question. In the annexure, there is so much land released for afforestation. My question is 9.23 hectares is only required for this irrigation dam, while this is over 100 hectares has gone under mining, which has been permitted. In the annexure, if you look at the annexure, the first itself says 84 hectares, second says 64 hectares in the annexure. So over 100 or 200, I wouldn't go into that. But this 9.23 hectares, this is water storage. Water is required for irrigation, water is required for human beings, water is required for animals. Will the minister consider approaching the higher authorities? This is only 9.23 hectares. You can refer the matter to the person concerned at Bangalore and expedite the same, because irrigation and storage of water. Few days back I was in Pune, Mr. Speaker sir. Just few miles away is Urli Kanchan, where Gandhi used to be there in Theur. People are carrying from Pune city water for drinking to Theur. This is the situation. Earth warming is taking place. We must also store water, because water is required for trees also. So will the minister consider expediting this permission, whatever is required, for releasing it for irrigation purpose and for storage of water?
Speaker sir, as of date, no request from water resource has been received. Speaker sir, the construction of the minor irrigation tank at Charaune was taken up by the Water Resources Department, Government of Goa. The work was stopped when the excavation was being carried out in lands notified under Section 4 of Indian Forest Act 1927 and Section 18 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. The matter was taken up and the Water Resource Department was required to submit a proposal for diversion of 9.32 hectares of forest land in Charaune village of Satari Taluka. Speaker sir, the Forest Department is not at all at fault for the delay in completion of this minor irrigation tank project at Charaune, and the Forest Department has repeatedly reminded the Water Resources Department to fulfill the necessary formalities which they have failed to do till date. In fact, the Forest Department has written 3 letters to the Water Resource Department dated 25th March 2011, the second letter dated 19 May 2011, and the third letter is dated 5th January 2012, asking the revised proposal for the clearance of land for the construction of the Charaune irrigation tank in Satari Taluka. I will read the letters so that the honorable member knows that the Forest Department has been corresponding with the Water Resources Department with respect to Charaune irrigation tank. The first letter.
Honorable Minister, this is not required.
Okay.
Honorable Chief Minister, I would like to direct this question to the Honorable Chief Minister. This whole thing comes under your, all the departments. Will you expedite this? Tell the Water Resource Minister and get the thing moving.
Then Water Resource Minister will do. You want reply from him? I have started.
I don't need a reply. He can reply some other time because.
Well, I have started coordinating between the departments.
Okay. No,
my job is to
will you
coordinate.
kindly see that this everything comes under one house, government, and therefore one person left hand should know what right hand is doing. Right hand should know what left hand is doing.
That is what is happening.
Whatever it is, January is the last letter. Because
the moment the question came, I have already inquired, I called for the file, and I have told them to put up the proposal.
Because situation is very bad. There is earth warming everywhere. All over the world, people are, in fact, in some European countries or in America, people are dying of heat. We are lucky in Goa, we are getting rain. Let us store it for future generations.
He is complaining that you are Minister for Water Resources and Forest both.
Who?
During that survey.
What happened?
Philip Neri was the minister.
Now
both
you are the
departments,
minister.
when this matter, you were Chief Minister, I think, that time.
I was Chief Minister.
You started the project in 2005.
Yes, I have in fact started many projects for conserving water because of posterity.
I am not questioning the merit of the proposal. I am only pointing out that you were Chief Minister when the project started. That time Minister is Water Resources and Minister Forest was the same person, if I am not mistaken.
Who?
Anyway, it's 2005 issue. I have already called for the details.
I have been taking it up with the Conservator of Forest, then also, with the concerned Chief Minister also.
Every time you took out, probably
now,
they
I
wrote a
don't know
letter.
why the thing is not moving. Even I phoned up Bangalore, where the
Bangalore phone
Minister is not.
Request to comply, there has to be an application, you are aware.
Everything is perhaps done, you find out from your department.
It is not done. I have verified.
Will you kindly expedite it?
I have verified.
Because we have lost hundreds of hectares under mining, 9 hectares.
Why?
Which will be useful for all of us.
It is 1236 hectares.
Whatever it is, 1200. Now,
thousands in fact.
As far as that is concerned, here we have to see that we conserve water. Rain.
So much water. I have promised that I am looking into. The delay is not from our side because
not only that,
only 4 months old.
Tomorrow you will have to pay compensation to the contractor also.
I don't know what has happened.
Okay,
the contract was given in 2005. So we are not aware of
this reply. I am only interested in one very simple question. Forest area diverted for mining, if you calculate this, I think it works out to more than 1,000 hectares. I am not saying this, no, 1 minute. I am not saying this government has done it or she has done it as the Honorable Minister. But there have been assurances outside the house that not an inch of forest land henceforth will be given for mining, forest land. Does that categorical assurance stand? I want to know in this August House. Not a single inch of forest land will be given for mining. I would like to have the assurance in the August House.
So, two areas are. Forest area diverted for mining is 1282.36, sorry, not 1236, 82.36. And forest area broken up is 698.1133 hectares. Only column.
Yeah, okay.
पहिल्या column change जावचे ना, दुसऱ्या column घालूंक शकता. Because what is actually broken can change. What is diverted, that figure will not increase. That I can assure you.
So, not a single inch of forest land will be henceforth diverted for mining.
broken up
आहात एक पडेन काढलेले हा माझे पुढे
परत तू खोदाव करता. Divert केला ते change जावचे ना. Broken up is not under my control. तुमका लक्षात येऊ ना. Broken up is the one who actually does the mining. He breaks up the area. I don't do that.
Yeah.
The government has granted diversion, earlier government, not this government.
Yeah.
1282.36 hectares of land. These are old. Some of them are probably 20 years old diversions also. This area won't increase. Column 1, column 3. Column 3 column 4 may vary depending on how much actual mining peat increases and all that. So column 4 is not under our control. Column 3 is under our control. That means if you are allowed to divert in this area, you may do mining in one corner. That is not in my control. Diversion will not change.
Okay, Amanya Karta, I accept your word, which also means in effect, though that is a separate thing on mining, that most of the dumps which are actually sought to be explored are in forest areas. A large number of dumps are in forest areas where you will not be able to remove them. It simply means that by your answer. Like I think I already broken asi samaj aha. Think broken area, so therefore it will be removed.
Diversion of forest area for purpose of mining is a different thing, and dump is a different thing.
But these dumps are lying in those very forest areas.
Okay. There are dumps
without taking permission. I know of several mines. I was also at one time mines minister in 1990. From that time I know they have just been dumped in government forest land. What about those dumps? This answer simply means, and your categorical assurance simply means, they mines upon kadpa diu पण मका होय म्हणलं झाले.
Mining जी आसा पळय ताच्या forest area diversion करप हो वेगळो विषय. If any dump is lying in forest area, it is property of the forest department. It does not belong to anyone. I'm very clear on that.
Okay, good enough.
So, what forest department do about that dump is forest department to decide a policy on it. They may find some areas where there are growth of trees have taken place, they will not allow it to be removed. But there may be some areas which might be advantageous to be removed, if particularly it is next to the water body and mud is flowing into the water body. So I am not going to the merit of that. It will be decided by forest department, but that is not diversion, and it is definitely not going to be to the private party. Those dumps are government and allow the excavation. That won't happen. I am very categorical. No diversion of forest land will take place.
I think you are not
the question is not
slightly misunderstanding me on this. I am not against, even I am telling you, if it is, as you rightly say, if that land belongs to the forest department, it belongs to the government of Goa, it belongs to the people of Goa. Tomorrow, that means that statement that not a single inch of forest land will be allowed is wrong, because tomorrow if you formulate a policy, export the particular ore which is lying in forest area, which belongs very much to the government of Goa, if it helps to raise precious revenue to the state, there is nothing wrong in that. But it should be open policy, not by saying that not a single inch of forest land will be allowed, which the minister has been making statement.
To be diverted for mining purpose. Yes, I stand by that word. What minister has stated is perfect. Listen to each word very clearly. Diverted म्हणजे आशिल्लो थंय तो डंप आसा तो काडप काय ना काडप तो फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंटान ठरवचो. इट बिलोंग्स टू फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट. इट डजंट बिलोंग टू एनीवन. Forest area to be diverted means you cut down the trees, like for example what he is requesting is diversion of 9.62 hectares of forest land for purpose of dam construction. So that is diversion of forest land. Dump is a totally different issue, but all dump in forest area belongs to forest. त्यामुळे तू काय चिंता करू नका, ते कोणाक प्रायव्हेट पार्टीक मेळपाचें ना.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I have shown the forest department certain nearly 20 hectares of revenue land. Revenue land. You may recall, your government had constructed a bridge, but it fell in forest area. So no access roads were made. I showed them very close by, there is a place called Derodeng, where I also constructed a bridge during that time. There is nearly 20 hectares of revenue land. Revenue land and forest land, these are two different things. I showed it to the forest department. And you take this as compensation for the land that is going to be diverted for a dam which will irrigate the area, which will provide water, and also is close to the Madai Wildlife Sanctuary, which is a proposed sanctuary.